Vera? How strange. For a moment there, I did not know you. Won't you sit? You've had lunch?
Mm-hmm.
Won't you have some coffee then?
Yes, I would like some coffee.
You've changed. You've changed very much. You look well. I don't think I've ever seen you look so well before.
Really? I don't feel very well. I can't bear this weather, you know?
Ah. No, you hate the cold.
Loathe it. And the worst of it is, the older one grows.
Excuse me. Would you bring us some coffee and cream? You were saying the older one grows.
The colder.
The colder. The colder. Oh. You still say the same things. Do you remember that first afternoon we spent together at Kew Gardens? You were so surprised. Because I could not name any of the flowers.
Oh, yes. I remember it. Very well.
Won't you smoke?
Oh, yes, I will. They look very good.
Yes, I think they are. I get them made for me by a little man on St. James. I don't smoke that much. I'm not like you. But whenever I do, they must be very fresh and delicious cigarettes. You see, smoking is not a habit for me. It's more of a luxury, much like perfume. Are you still so fond of perfumes?
Oh, I like them very much.
When I was in Russia.
You were really in Russia?
Oh, yes. I was there for well over a year. Have you forgotten how we always spoke of going there?
No, I have not forgotten.
It has been wonderful. Especially Russia. Russia is all that we imagined it to be, and far, far more. I even spent some days on a riverboat along the Volga. Do you remember that boatman song you used to play?
Yes.
Do you ever play it now?
No, I've no piano.
What has happened to your beautiful piano?
Sold. Sold ages ago.
But you were so fond of music.
I've no time for it now.
The river life is something quite special. After a day or two, you cannot even realize you have ever known another. And it is not necessary to know the language. There is a bond created on board between you and the other people that is more than sufficient. You eat with them, pass your days with them, and in the evenings, there is this endless singing. Eoniem, Eoniem, еще раз и еще раз.
Well, I should like that very much.
You would like everything about Russian life. It is so informal. It is so impulsive. It is free, without question. Even the man who drives your carriage has some real part in what is going on there. I remember one evening, a party of us, a couple of friends of mine and a wife of one of them, went for a picnic by the Black Sea. And we brought supper and champagne, and we ate and drank on the grass, and while we were eating, the coachman comes up to us. Have a dill pickle, he says.
Oh.
He wanted to share with us. And that, to me, seemed so right, so... Oh, you know what I mean.
Yes. I know perfectly what you mean.
What a marvelous listener you are. You look at me with those wild eyes. I feel as if I could tell you things I would never dare breathe to another human being. I had never spoken of myself to anyone before you. When I first recognized you today, I had to take such a leap. I had to leap over my entire life just to get back to that time. I was such a kid then. I've often thought how I must have bored you. And now I understand perfectly well why you wrote to me as you did. Though at the time, that letter nearly ended my life. I found it again the other day. Couldn't help but laugh as I reread it. It was so clever. Such a true picture of me. You're not going?
Yes, I'm afraid I must.
Please don't. Stay. Just for a moment. I see so few people to speak with nowadays that I've become sort of a barbarian. Have I said something to hurt you?
No. No. Not a bit.
Well then. What I wanted then was to be a sort of carpet. To make myself into a carpet for you. So you need not worry about the sharp stones or the mud that you hated so. There was nothing more positive than that. Nothing more selfish. Though eventually, I did desire to become a sort of magic carpet, so I could carry you away to all the lands you long to see. I felt that you were the most lonely person in the world. And yet, perhaps, the only person in this world who is ever really, truly alive. Born before your time. Fated, if you will. And then the fact that you had no friends and had never made any friends with people. How well I understood that. For neither had I. Is it just the same?
Yes. It is just the same. I am as alone as ever.
So am I. Just the same. But what had seemed such a mystery to me then has become completely clear to me now. And to you too, of course. It is quite simply that we were such egoists, so self-absorbed, so wrapped up in ourselves that we had a corner in our hearts for another human being. When I was in Russia, I began studying a mind system. And it turns out that we were not peculiar at all. We were simply
Ej, och nie.